Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. I'm, of course, your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about one of the fastest Tier 6 vehicles, and in fact, one of the fastest vehicles in World of Tanks Blitz, the Type 64. Now, this vehicle is able to reach a top speed of 72 kilometers per hour. A Tier 6 vehicle carrying a Tier 8 engine with over 600 horsepower. Pretty dang impressive. And, of course, it has once again come into the stores today for an extremely cheap price tag of $5.99. Now, right off the bat, I would have said $5.99 for this Tier 6 tank is a pretty dang good deal, until you realize that not only are you getting the tank, but you're also getting 30 days of premium. Now, if you take a look at premium, it actually costs you 2,000 gold, and if you take a look at gold, well, 2,000 gold is going to cost you, yeah, probably about $8, $9 if you wanted to just get the cheap bundles here. So, yeah, pretty much you're getting not only 30 days of premium free with your Type 64, but you're also getting the vehicle fully equipped with a camouflage and as well 10 times 5 boosters for it. So in my opinion, personally, this is one of the best deals you can get currently. It is a super cheap deal, it's a super fun tank, and it's also crazy fast. So that's my personal opinion right off the bat, is definitely, if you got the money lying around, there's no point not to get the bundle. It's a really fun tank, and you're getting 30 days of premium with the vehicle in general. And of course, because it is a premium tank, it will be earning a lot of credits. Now, the Type 64 also has quite a bit of backstory. This vehicle, when it first came into the game, actually came in on the Blitz fair. It was an extremely rare tank, just as rare pretty much to get the M60 when it first came out, which, yeah, that's pretty dang impressive. Now, the Type 64, I never got my hands on when it came out in the Blitz fair, but Wargaming brought it back out, which I'm thankful for, that I was able to get my hands on it. Now, that is one issue with Wargaming, is they kind of devalue tanks. That's just advice. If any of you want a really rare vehicle like the T22 Medium, if you wait a year, it usually will come back for a much cheaper price tag, and that's one thing that a lot of people kind of miss out on. If you just wait for a Tier 8 vehicle like, let's say, the WZ-120, when it first came into the game, it was, I think, $50, and then after that, it was super expensive. It was actually coming out in crates, but now it's died down a bit. You can probably get your hands on it this Blitz fair, I'm going to say, for $25, $30, so not super bad, but of course, that is still quite a bit of money when you do think about it. So, of course, let's get into some games here, talking about the Type 64 as we do get into them. So, it's got about a 5.5 second reload, which is pretty solid for a Tier 6 vehicle. It does 160 damage per shot, comes with 10 degrees of gun depression, so it's really nice on all those values. It does have an issue with the gun, though, which is penetration. It really struggles to penetrate Tier 7 heavies, and even some of the Tier 6 heavy tanks like an M6 or a T1 heavy, maybe even at Tier 5, you're probably going to have to be loading premium, because it's got like 120 millimeters on the standard, and it's not much better on the premium, if I'm correct on that. So, definitely struggles to penetrate Tier 7 opponents, but it's, of course, a super mobile light tank, and it's really fun to play. It looks cool, it does the trick, and that's pretty much all I can ask for a Blitz battle. It's got a great power-to-weight ratio of about 25 or something like that, which means that it's super easy in getting in the position. It's got a really mobile turret. It's just a fun tank all around. And of course, this is one thing I always argue, is that you should always try and have fun in the game. The game is not meant to be challenging. You're not meant to, yeah, of course it's meant to be challenging, but it's not meant to be stressful. You're not meant to play this game, which it's called a game, and just, you know, play Tier 10 and struggle. At Tier 6, it's fun. It's got a good accurate gun, as you can see. You're able to get a nice slap right into that Comet's turret, and that's, of course, quite fun. Now, we do have an Annihilator over there, which is not fun, I can tell you that, but let's see if we can maybe get a penetrating shell into the Tiger. Actually, we can't, which is a bit of a shame, but that's the issue with this vehicle, is the penetration, yeah, not the best. So maybe we can get a shell into the AMX. Let's get a shell right into his bootay, or not, or we're going to have a very bad shot onto his butt, but we can always try again here. Let's try and fire. There you go. Nice roll for 198. Got to love the high explosive abilities on this vehicle, and now we can try and shoot at maybe a vehicle like the ARL, getting the side. Of course, that's what you want to do with a light tank, is get the side of tanks, because it's going to give you a way better chance to take them out. And you can see that the gun really does slap. Like, it hurts quite a bit. It's got a quick reload, so you keep shooting the enemy. It's quite a pestering vehicle, and what that means is you can be really annoying on the enemy team. So we've already managed to take off about 500 from this ARL, and hopefully, just hopefully, we should be able to take off another little chunk there. So we've just been constantly pulling out, able to slap shells into them. Now let's get a shot into the AMX, because, yeah, we don't stand for that. And now we've got to back up very quickly, because I don't want to be hit by the enemy Tiger. So let's get out of here, like, now. No, thank you, comrade. We are going to get out of here. Maybe even get a nice tap. Nope. Okay, we're just going to get out. I see how it is. But thankfully, with that fantastic mobility the vehicle does have, we are able to make ourselves out of a very stressful situation and start shooting at vehicles like the Stritzwagen 74, who we should be able to get one more nice tap tap into if we get his turret. There you go, another nice tap. So you can see the gun is really, really nice in the tank. It's got good DPM, it's got a solid amount of penetration, and, well, we're also running away from a Tiger, which is not super fun, as you can tell, but we've got the mobility to get out of here very quickly and make our way straight up this hill away from danger. So let's go deal with the Stritzwagen. Hello, do you like a big shell? And now because the because the Tiger is away from us, we can start shooting at vehicles like the Annihilator. There's one nice snap into his turret. Hopefully he doesn't have any shells, but even if he does, there's another nice tap. You can see where this gun is really, really deadly. It's just got such a quick rate of fire. I'm able to get shell after shell after shell into the Annihilator here, and hopefully one more finishing shell into the side of him should do the trick, and there you go. So we've already managed to pick up how much damage here, I'm not even sure, but we're probably at around 2,500 now, just 2,000 damage, which is pretty dang good. And now we've got vehicles like the Tiger, who we can penetrate right through the frontal armor, of course, because we do have the penetration required. So let's see if we can start getting some shells into the side of the Tiger. There you go, using that fantastic mobility once again to get to the side of his tank. And now we're going to start shoving some shells right to the side. So this is where the tank is just so deadly. It's really a fantastic gun. It's good if you're able to get to the side of your opponents. And of course, you can see that's exactly what I've done here. Able to work the tank correctly, shoot at tier 7 vehicles like the Annihilator, like the Tiger, and just do a fantastic battle at that. Let's see if we were even able to pull out a mastery. There you go. So 2,626 damage. Pretty solid game for a tier 6 vehicle, and that is why I love myself the Type 64. Now, of course, before I do continue into the next game, I always forget to say this. If you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more like it, maybe more tank reviews, I'm going to be doing one probably a little bit later on the 121B. Please make sure to smash that subscribe button down below, as it helps out the channel a crazy, crazy amount. But let's also take a look at the penetration, because that's one thing I forgot. Yeah, it's a tier 6 gun, and as you can see, as I said, the penetration is not good. It's 125 on the standard, and the premium at 177 is definitely going to struggle against some of the thicker tier 8 opponents, or tier 7, man, this thing against tier 8s would be a struggle. But a vehicle like the Tiger P, the Tankenstein, the T28 HTC, all of those tanks you are going to struggle immensely to penetrate. Even a vehicle like the Annihilator, you saw that it is a very, very tricky penetration. But thankfully, we have got none of those tanks on the enemy team, although I still can say tanks like the Comet, like the M41 Bulldog, extremely deadly because they're able to keep up with this tank. But the crazy thing is this thing is still faster than them. 72 kilometers per hour is just a crazy top speed, and because of that, it's just so fun to run. So as I said, in my opinion, great tank to get. If you want to get a fast vehicle, a fun tank to grind credits in, and honestly you don't care about the tiers or anything else like that, this will be a fun vehicle to just play around in. It's not overpowered by any means, in my opinion. You saw there, I worked my butt off to get that damage out last game, and still, even working my butt off, we couldn't even break the 3,000 damage barrier. So let's take a look at what we are doing here. Now, of course, 3,000 damage, to be fair, in tier 6 is pretty dang impressive, but yeah, that was a mastery on the vehicle, so you can definitely see that it's very, very hard sometimes to perform well. But that gun is very accurate. I really love that about the gun. Good solid damage per minute. I'm going to say it's around 1,800 DPM, and for tier 6, that's very impressive. So, not seeing anything as of right now, and in fact, the entire enemy team looks like they went towards the heavy route. Kind of weird. I never pushed to that side because it's not the best side in my opinion, but that's, of course, an opinionated conjecture. So we got the Stritzwagen 74 off to the side, who we did spot, and that is a very deadly tank, but at the same time, we should be able to use our good mobility here, get to the side of him. Yes, that's right. Okay, now one thing I have known about the Stritzwagen is it's got very, very bad turret traverse, and what that means is we can use our fantastic mobility and literally outflank a medium tank. Now, I did make that turn way too wide there, but, well, yeah, we've damaged his aimer, and he is struggling big time to deal with us, so we should be able to reload him here. Yeah, we're just gonna, yeah, poor guy, but thank you for your hit points. That was a full tier 6 tank we were able to destroy in just a couple seconds there, and again, you can see where mobility comes into place, where the DPM really helps out, and we were only hit, what, once or twice there, so very nice game, pretty dang so far. I was not English, but you guys know what I was trying to say, hopefully. Now, we got the Comet right in front of us as well. That's a tank that I do not want to play with by any means. That's an extremely deadly tank. It's got way, way more DPM than me, and of course, because it's got more DPM, I don't want to fight it. So we're going to get out of there immediately, start dealing with tanks like the agents on the enemy team. Way easier for me to just slip my way through here and start getting out some bigger shells. So let's see if we can get a shell onto the side of the Ag Panther. Maybe not, but that's fine. We'll just squeeze our way right on through here. and start shooting at maybe the KV-1S, who we got a nice little slap in there. He did get me, but that's fine because I know how long his reload is, and yeah, we're going to be able to get him quite a bit of times before he's able to reload a standard shell on me. So there is 2 shells already into him. There's our 3rd one, and hopefully my SP-1C is going to be able to shoot him. Yes, and get the shell out. Perfect. I know his reload was getting quite close there, but we still were able to prevail, and now we got tanks like the Comet off to the side, who, oof, a little bit of a miss there, but we're still doing a pretty solid job here. So let's start getting out our DPM on the Comet. Okay, Montgomery, how do you like big shells? I don't think we can actually pen that. Yeah, that's Space Starmer. I was like, it doesn't look like we can pen that. And this poor Comet here, he's not liking me too much, I can tell you that, and we should be easily able to reload 1 final shell into him. There we go, and all that's left is the S. That's actually not the S. That would be, imagine if that blind shot hit. Oh, did that actually hit? I thought that actually hit. That would have been insane if that had hit, but, well, let's see if we can get the Agent shot here. We've got the mobility to keep up with him, of course. The Agent is super fast, but not as fast as a shell coming out of our vehicle. Or, I guess, the AC Sentinel's vehicle. But that was a good game. We did a solid amount of damage. Once again, able to use my mobility, slap shells into the enemy tanks, and that was another 1,900 damage game. So I really enjoy this tank. It's a fantastic vehicle to run. And, as I said, 100% worth it, in my opinion, to get the bundle. So if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more like it, please make sure to consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, hopefully all of you are doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and amazing. You in the next one.